Welcome back everybody, Mark with ExoticCar PlayPlace, coming at you with some new fun details, fun facts about the BMW E60 M5. And today we're going to talk about some special cars. Special, and when I say special, I don't mean the manual E60s. I don't mean specific colors per se or rare color combinations. That's not what I'm saying. There are actually some special models that BMW produced during the era of the E60 cars that were quite a bit different and showed some serious promise of a significant change and improvement over the years, or the potential change for that car during its generational run. So what we have is there was a very short run of cars that were produced based on the 25th anniversary of the M5. Now there was two things that happened around that time frame. There was a series of 25th anniversary or 25th anniversary BMW M5s that were produced, and in total there was 27 of those cars, 13 of which were left-hand drive cars of the standard sedans. We had 3 of the left-hand drive touring cars, and there was also 11 cars produced of right-hand drive variety for basically the rest of the markets. And so there were a bunch of cars that were made to commemorate BMW on its 25th anniversary of the M5. Those cars were very special. And those cars came in basically, you had no options in terms of exterior body coloring. It was pretty much matte gray throughout. You had a couple of options as far as interior finish on those cars. 2 of them were straight black, all black merino leather interior with a gray stitching interior, more or less to match the exterior styling and color of that car. As well, it had another option for interior, was more or less a two-tone black and silverstone leather interior, again with gray stitching to match the exterior body. These cars also were equipped with a special door sill plate that verified and confirmed that that in fact was a 25th anniversary M5, and you had a special car. I would say these cars would be quite sought after, even though we know the M5 market is slumped right now and very underappreciated and undervalued. I have to believe these 25th anniversary cars, I haven't seen any come up for sale, so I have to believe the market is quite a bit stronger on those cars, as there were only 27 produced worldwide in the months of October, November of 2009. Now, we get into the juicy stuff. So what I'm going to talk about next is a very specific one-off car that BMW produced that was, shall we say, very, very promising. So this one is not to be mistaken for the actual 25th anniversary cars themselves, because this one-off car was more of a concept and was produced by BMW. Really the thought was they were building a car, they wanted to test a new engine, they upgraded the engine and did a bunch of work to an existing E60 car, and they made a car very, very performance oriented. Now you got to understand some of these specifications, and here I'm going to share some of this stuff with you. So this car came equipped. Firstly, let's start on the exterior styling. It was a different look, but they basically colored the entire exterior car with the tricolor BMW colors, or the M colors if you will. That was one thing they did, more just the concept of the car and the coloring. They added a carbon fiber roof. Now I've mentioned in some of my other videos, would have been great to have a carbon fiber roof on my current E60 M5, and such is not the case. But in this special edition E60 M5, they produced that car with a carbon fiber roof, and again the tricolor exterior. Now we talk about interior. They did some things on the interior of this car that were a bit of a deviation. Now here we have a 4-door sedan, and basically BMW removed the rear seats, swapped the front driver and passenger seat with a race bucket, and as a result of all this weight savings of seat removal and carbon fiber roof installation, you resulted in a net savings of about 110 pounds. So they shaved over 100 pounds off of the base curb weight of a standard M5, which obviously has a positive impact on its overall performance. Not dramatic, but enough. Now what they had also done, and this is the juicy part of this particular car, and it burns me to know that BMW was on the right track, and unfortunately, before they got to the F10, which they had preceding the E60, they actually were on the right track for the right design and construction of this car. And the reason I say that is, so instead of the standard E60's car with 5-liter V10 engine producing 507 brake horsepower in its maximum attack mode, this one-off version had a 5.5-liter V10 producing 580 horsepower and almost 400 foot-pounds of torque, accelerating that monster from 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds and pushing it well past 200 miles per hour. And we know the stock E60 M5 has been known to hit 205 miles per hour. This car would exceed that even by a substantial amount, as it's got an additional 70 horse or so on top of the standard car. Now in addition, and the real juicy news on this car, and this is where it really is frustrating. I understand, I've been in the forums and I understand a lot of people have been frustrated by the idea that BMW did not carry through with this concept, and they made it that 5.5-liter V10 to a 7-speed DCT transmission. They actually ditched the SMG gearbox for an upgraded E90 transmission with 7 speeds and more robust design to allow and accommodate for that almost 600 horsepower V10 power plant. So BMW was on the right track. They had a normally aspirated car producing almost 600 horsepower, a DCT transmission that would shift lightning quick. They've shed weight, and they were on the right track. Why did BMW not proceed with that design? They had something under wraps. They had a car that potentially could be a world changer. And it was very unfortunate. I know a lot of purists and a lot of lovers of the M5 were very, very disappointed to see what BMW pulled a U-turn and came out with the F10 right after that. So did you know that, how did that actually quantify? Well, the Nürburgring test results for that car, apparently according to BMW, that car lapped the Nürburgring in at least 20 seconds faster than the standard car, simply by utilizing the quicker shifting transmission and adding another 70 horse or so, and of course shedding that 110 pounds. That car was substantially faster on the Nürburgring than a standard E60, which already is no slouch for a high-performance super saloon, as it were. So again, everybody, I know it's a one-off, but that would be super exciting. I've got to tell you, it's just a piece of juicy info. A lot of you E60 owners out there probably know this, and maybe some of you don't. This is something that I know a lot of you guys probably don't know much about or haven't really heard about, and I just thought I'd share that with you. So everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, make sure you give my video a like, thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe as well. And don't forget to turn on those notifications. That's going to let you know about the next great video. Everybody, I hope you liked it. We'll talk to you real soon. Mark here signing out. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.